And Congressman, we have to get, 60, 70, 80 more shots to be protected from this virus. Where does it end?
It doesn't end because every time the Democrats need talking points, they're going to come up and want more control over us. They will come up with more COVID, more pandemics, more climate change, global warming, et cetera, which they use like a club to maintain control over people. They instill fear in the American people, and they control these, Americans in that way. But as you so eloquently said, Addison, how many times do we think we can be fooled, or that do they think we can be fooled? I think people know. I was fully vaccinated. I'm a healthcare practitioner. I practiced dentistry for 37 years. Fully vaccinated. I got COVID twice. Many people I know that have been vaccinated, revaccinated, and had their boosters are still coming down with COVID. Many people that I know that didn't and refused to get the vaccination have not been sick. Some of them have been. I really think the bottom line is that vaccinations are very, very marginally effective. That's my personal opinion. But I can tell you, when the man gets out in front, our president, and says that the pandemic is over, and then turns around and says that we have to get vaccinated again, or otherwise we'll be dying. This is a man that absolutely has no connection to reality. He is a guy that has no leadership capabilities. He's inept. I think the American people and the United States of America are being led by someone that is incompetent, quite frankly. And when you follow the science, you follow science. You don't follow what the rhetoric of Democrat talking points. Yeah. And this is where we are today. And we've got this midterm coming up. And you know what? They got us the last time. They got the 2020 election, and they changed a lot of rules and made a lot of really drastic changes in the election process, the laws around the country because of this pandemic. I think there's a possibility that they want to use it again.
Yeah, well, and especially with illegal immigrants, a massive surge of illegal immigrants by the millions pouring into the country. The Biden administration hasn't tried to mandate vaccines on them or COVID tests on them, but they've done it all to us. This administration has attempted, at least, to mandate the vaccine on anyone and everyone that they could, and on businesses throughout the country, and it was either get the vaccine or you're going to not be able to feed your family. Get the vaccine or you're going to be sleeping on the street. That's what Joe Biden and the Democrat Party tried to do to you and to me and to the American people, and the American people should not forget that. On the topic of illegal immigration, I have to get to this. We'll throw the graphic up that you actually helpfully posted on Twitter, Congressman. CBP made 227,547 apprehensions last month. More than 2.37 million illegals have crossed into the country this fiscal year. That is a DHS record. That is a record. We have never seen anything like this, Congressman Babin. So not only do they think we're stupid on COVID, they think we're stupid on the border and that we're not witnessing an invasion here?
It is most definitely an invasion. And I will say this. In fact, our own governor here in the great state of Texas declared this, that we have an invasion that is taking place down there. And it's getting worse and worse and worse I don't want to repeat your numbers that you just said, but it's an all-time record. I will add to it and say that this is the 19th consecutive month that we've had over 150,000 illegals come across the border that we know of. We've had 20 more suspected terrorists, which brings the total that were on the terrorist watch list that have come across in 1 year to 98. How many were suspected terrorists in the nearly 600,000 gotaways that we were unable to apprehend? This is 5 times. This is 4 times over the last 5 years combined, and the numbers are just staggering. We've got dead people, migrants themselves. A record 800 and almost 900 people have died trying to come across this border. And I can just remember vividly the Democrats just going unmercifully criticizing and pounding on President Trump for his policies, saying that they were locking children up, separating families. We've got 900 dead people down there trying to come across. No one has been a greater friend or empowered the cartels more than the Biden administration and Secretary Mayorkas. They're making record sums of billions and billions of dollars, peddling child sex slavery. They're bringing in literally tons of fentanyl and other drugs that have killed record numbers of American people. And of course, these originate in China. The Chinese have unleashed really weapons of mass destruction. They send these ingredients of fentanyl to the Mexican drug cartels, mix them up, put them in rainbow colors so that they can lure and tempt young people to start taking them. The greatest cause, most prevalent cause of death in people 18 to 48 years old now, overdoses. Yeah. And as a healthcare practitioner, I can tell you that there is nothing more dangerous than fentanyl. It belongs in an operating room, not on the street.